Hello, Internet. I am the one and only Night's Hero. You can call me Dre, or you can call me the hipster god of planet Earth. And we're here to talk about another god, Kratos, from God of War. And this is my God of War review. God of War was an incredible game, beginning to end, in every single facet of making video games. It was one of the best games that was ever made. First, let's just talk about visuals. As far as visuals go, incredible game. First, let's just talk about the look of every different character. From the detail that we saw with Kratos, of course, we see him in the past we seen him in the past with PlayStation 3. They didn't have the capability of putting much detail into that character as they clearly had in this game. But just the different feel of the characters or the enemies that you fight, the different wide range of enemies that you end up fighting in the game, all of them you got legitimate enjoyment out of stabbing these guys in the face and other parts of their body with your axe and with your blades of chaos and such. So the visuals were, as far as the visuals with the characters were great. Now let's talk about the visuals of the game. First of all, this is the largest God of War for obvious reasons. They have more space with the PS4 than they did with the PS3. But there's so many different worlds and all the different realms that you end up traveling to, and they're all so different. And even in the realms that you're in, especially of course Midgard, the realms are so they're just spread out. They're beautiful. They a wide range of things that you can do in the realms. It was just a beautiful game to see. The visuals were incredible. You can tell they took a long, clear, I don't know. It took a good amount of time when it comes to the artwork. They didn't rush the game to production. They made sure it was done right. And yeah, we were complaining that it took so long for it to come out. But hey, this is what you get when you take your time. Now let's talk about the actual gameplay. The gameplay was fun. First of all, if you like the previous God of War style, like the brawling style where you just went in and just took people out, it's all still there. Classic weapon still in the game, even though you don't necessarily start with it. But yeah, it was just, you got to still get that classic God of War feel, but also because of all the extra computing power that you get with the PS4, they added a whole bunch of things, like being able to customize your character, and the way you play with your character could be different than the way that maybe somebody else played with the character. The enemies that I talked about earlier, that are so different in the way they fight you, you get a chance to fight a lot of different ways, and really you have to think. This is not one game where you're just going to press square 1,000 times and get through. No, you're going to have to think a little bit. You're going to have to change up your game a little bit. And it really was a lot of fun. And you get to fight people in a lot of different areas and enemy combinations. And it was a blast to actually play the game. Because the gameplay is so in-depth, it actually adds a lot of replay value to it. Lastly, the story with God of War was incredible all around. Not only did you get to see the growth of Kratos as a person. And I'll talk more about that in a second. The story beginning to end is just it's cool. Like it starts off with like if you it starts off and the way the story goes is that you don't have to be a God of War fan to enjoy this story, but you enjoyed it more if you were a God of War fan. It starts off with, of course, Kratos is burying, or not so much burying, but cremating his wife with his son Atreus, and you can already sense that there were changes that happened in Kratos. This is not the same Kratos from the previous God of Wars. He's been in the woods with his family. His son, I'm not sure how old he is, but his son is like I guess close to becoming of age, or he actually comes of age during this video game, and he it's just good to see Kratos' growth as a human. If you know that, if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Vegeta, and the similarities between Kratos and Vegeta, there are some. They both are like these monsters. When you first kind of meet them, Kratos, because he obviously had his family killed, basically as Ares' fault, and became Ares' slave, which is the reason that he decided to kill the entire Greek pantheon in the previous games. And he's starting on a new pantheon now. But you again, his family has changed him, and you can tell that he's a different character. And it was cool to watch. Not only did you see that he changed before this, it's cool to watch his Kratos change and grow as a father, and to see him and Atreus' relationship change as they go through all the twists and turns that happened in this version of God of War. And of course, the story takes you through so many twists and turns and all types of stuff, and like has shocks you at certain points, and it was just cool to see overall. So as far as how I would grade the game, the story was great. The gameplay was great. The visuals were great. So to me, it's 10 out of 10. Best game of 2018 so far. I don't really see any competition for it, to be honest with you. I mean, there were some games that were pretty cool that I enjoyed so far this year, but to me, it's by far the top game of 2018. If you're wondering if you should spend the $60 right now to buy God of War, or if maybe you should wait for a couple months from now or a year from now for the price to drop, first of all, this is going to be a top selling game for a while. Sony's not going to drop the price on it. Second of all, it's worth the money. It's a good game. It's not one of those games where I'm like, oh my goodness, I spent $60 and I beat it in a couple of hours. No, if you're a guy that, like myself, like honestly, that can't sit home and play video games all day, and because I have a job, you have a lot of time to play it. Like, and it was cool to play, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun, and I would like for you guys to enjoy it as much as I did. It was an awesome game. And if you did play it, if you didn't play it, if you don't agree, then please like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from you guys. Follow us on Instagram at BingePlayTV. Follow us on Twitter, BingePlayTV. Add me on Facebook, whatever. Twitter. I don't know if I said Twitter already. Reddit. Any social media there is, add BingePlayTV on it. And check us out streaming live. BPTV streams on YouTube and BingePlayTV on Twitch. Check out Cheese Play Fortnite. I stream a lot of God of War. I stream whatever I feel like it. Give me requests. I love to hear what you guys want to say. Not a huge fan of the shooters. I'll play the shooters. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.